So I really appreciate everyone joining us for another Hoot Host Community Group webinar. If you are watching this event from Alignable, don't worry, you are now in our YouTube live experience. If you are unable to contribute to the live chat here on the side of the window on YouTube, I have another tab open here. My Alignable messages are open on the side. So if any questions come up throughout the course of the presentation, send me a message on Alignable, and in the Q&A at the end, I'm going to make sure I get everybody's questions in. So today, DIY your dream website, build, manage, and grow online. Today, we're going to be exploring how to build and manage your own powerful website. We're going to learn how to leverage easy to customize templates, a drag and drop builder, integrated marketing tools to not only create a website that looks great, but is also, and most importantly, going to help you drive the desired results that you're looking for your business. So I hope everyone's going to be able to use this presentation packed with professional guidance and recommendations. This is going to be about a 40-minute presentation, give or take, and then we're going to have a Q&A at the end. There will be some technical topics that come up throughout the course of this presentation. Any questions that might come up from my folks here on YouTube, throw them in the live chat. My folks from Alignable, send me a message on Alignable. I have that tab open on the side as well, and I'm going to get everyone's questions in at the end. So topics included in today's presentation: effortless website creation, building your own website, everything that's going to go into that, what you need, what you should be looking for from a platform, and really just kind of like all the tools that you need to do it right. Enhanced features. We're going to be talking about kind of building up and having a website that's future-proof, is going to grow with your business. E-commerce, bookings, memberships, and everything that you need to really, kind of grow your business the right way. We're going to talk about how we want your website to be an integrated powerhouse with CRM and marketing and business productivity tools all built in. We're going to talk about optimizing for growth, what you need to understand as far as just SEO, blogging, content publishing, and really using content to market your business as well. And then, of course, for my regulars who join our presentations a lot, I'm going to wrap everything up with strategies for ongoing success. I'm going to talk about the digital consumer journey and the full circle model. And in the course of this, I'm also going to unpack a lot of like different platforms that, might appeal to different businesses based on your goals. And I'm going to, basically kind of give like, an unadulterated, kind of like review of each one as well. And then for those who stick with me all the way to the end, you're going to get the special offer to be able to get a free website from Hoot Host. So let's go ahead and jump into effortless website creation. Our first topic of today: customizing your website and a drag and drop builder. So creating a professional website does not have to be complicated or expensive. Kind of a big news alert there, right? For effortless website creation, you want a platform that offers these features that are here in this bullet point list. So let's unpack all of this and kind of go down like why it doesn't have to be complicated and it doesn't have to cost $1 million either. So first off, we just want to be able to design a professional website quickly and easily. But, a lot of the like bigger platforms, the WordPresses and Wixes and Squarespaces of the world, when you're going over like their templates and their like, kind of initial frameworks that you can use to build your own website, a lot of them are just like, here's this pretty design, like, maybe this can work for your business. But that's not really what we want. We actually want a platform that's going to give us industry or business type specific templates. And the reason for that is we don't care about how pretty it is or how good it looks. I mean, yeah, our branding is important, and we do want to be able to easily customize with our colors and our fonts and our styling and add our media and add our logo and everything. But the most important thing is this first bullet point here, because, the thing I always talk about is like, we want one desired action from our website. We want to be able to drive consultations or get that online sale or get people to fill out the contact form, get people to pick up the phone and call us. So we want our template or our framework, basically, of our website to all be kind of like structured for that online goal. So, we want an industry or business type specific template, not just something that looks pretty. And the reason for that is because, it's going to be structured for that online goal. And that's going to, ultimately help us, even with, us customizing it and kind of making it our own thing, colors and fonts and styles and uploading our logo and our media and everything. The overall structure is still going to be there to help us kind of drive the online goal that we want from our business. And that's going to apply, all plumbers, more or less have the same goal, right? All life coaches have the same kind of goal. If your goal is for getting those consultations or getting people to pick up the phone, getting people to fill out that contact form, you want your website to be structured around that goal. That's the whole point of looking for more like industry or business type specific templates. So then we customize it, we make it our own, we apply all of our styling and our brand and everything to it. And then we're also going to be able to, hopefully be able to build the site with a drag and drop interface that's going to kind of like eliminate the need for knowing how to code or, high-end design experience or anything like that. If we're doing it ourselves, the average business owner, we don't have, high-level graphic design, or we're not, developers on the side or anything like that. So, having a platform, and this is really kind of like the norm now, pretty much all the big platforms are built. So the average non-technical person can go in there, design a page, set it up, be able to, kind of like work it the way that they need to, and do everything with a real drag and drop builder that's going to make it really easy for the average person. So first off, you're not like relying on expensive designers and developers to do it all for you, but also, it's just kind of the world we live in now too, that your average business owner, they want to get in there and tinker and post a blog post or change some content or upload new images, whatever it might be. So, you have to have a platform that's going to be flexible for that. But let's just say, hey, you know what? I do want to be able to go in there and I got a little code snippet from Google that I got to put into my website, or, I'm going to embed this little thing that I got from, another platform that I'm using. It should also be easy for you to still, even the non-technical person, like copy and paste that little code snippet and, like have the platform have a real easy spot where like, oh yeah, I just put the code snippets and stuff in there. So it's not really even that difficult for the average technical person. And then, of course, the best part, just kind of the modern world that we live in right now, being able to leverage AI integrations for assistance in building pages and writing content and creating stock images and so much more. We're doing a lot of really cool things with AI that I'm going to unpack towards the end here. So the most important takeaway here from effortless website creation is there's a lot of popular DIY builders. We're going to talk about each of them individually in just a little bit here, but we don't want to just build like that static online brochure that's just like a couple of pages and explain, who we are and what we do and contact us. We want a website that's going to help us drive the results we want for our business and just also give us like everything we need in order to be able to do that. So that's kind of where our next topic comes in here. Let's talk about enhanced features, e-commerce, bookings, memberships, and more. So, kind of this is all really just about like not having that static brochure, having a website that's future-proof and is basically going to be able to grow with you over time. And, you just want to be able to like expand your website's functionality and have the website kind of like grow with your business over time. You're going to be able to create new revenue streams. You're going to need new features, whatever it might be. You decide, hey, we want to have some online membership, or we want to sell a product through the website. Any platform that you're using should be able to easily do that for you. So that's what you're really looking for from a platform that's going to allow you to sell products online or manage bookings and appointments, or even be able to build like a loyal community and have membership functions. Your DIY website platform needs to really empower you to have all these type of tools. So if you're just going to like the kind of platform that's just going to give you that static online brochure, it's not going to grow with your business over time. It's not going to give you these type of tools unless you go in and have to invest like way more money. I'm going to unpack all of that in a little bit. Again, we want a platform that's going to be like growing with us and giving us everything we need in one place to be able to, really kind of expand our capabilities. We want it to scale with us over time. And, ultimately, like, doesn't really matter what your business is. You'd be surprised, like everything from a life coach to a plumber to a home builder to a financial firm. Everybody at one point or another always comes to me and says like, hey, I want to monetize the site. I want to have e-commerce to sell physical products or digital items, some type of special digital download. I want to have like online pay forms or be able to process invoices through my website. I get questions like this all the time from all different types of businesses. So everybody at one point or another kind of has this revelation of like, oh, you know what? We need to like monetize the website and have the website be a tool for us to actually like grow the business and like generate some revenue. So you want to have all the tools necessary to do that. On kind of like an even simpler level, most people, they look at their website as just a means of like managing appointments and like gathering consultations. So you want to have built-in calendar tools for appointments and bookings. Maybe even you're selling bookings for like an event or, some type of like premium consultation service, coaching, like having all the tools again built into the system. You don't have to like have your website and then go have to like, get some third-party integrated tool. You want everything under one hood, and that's the way to really do it. For my coaches or my consultants in the audience, you want to have like a community with memberships, online courses, groups, be able to host your own webinars, even have subscriptions and offer certifications to people. Like having your own membership platform where it's not like your website and then you're going to like click on my community and it goes out to some totally other like community-based platform. We want everything within our own website, so it's all branded to our business and uniquely ours. And now a really kind of cool thing that a lot of people are asking for, and only certain website platforms can do, I'm going to talk about this at the end, but actually being able to create your own app where you have like your business website, but also people can go and like save your business right on their phone and have an app for your business. So now they're like part of your community and like part of your audience 24/7. So all of these kind of like enhanced features, it's about like future proofing your online presence and just having all the tools in one place to be able to scale with you over time. So let's kind of move forward here. I really want to also talk about like having all the tools necessary to grow your business, right? Again, like not having that static online brochure of a website. We want to have that integrated powerhouse with CRM, marketing tools, business productivity tools, all built in. That's what really is the difference maker here of like having the website that's not doing anything for us and it's just up there kind of existing, and hopefully someone picks up the phone and calls us, versus the website that's actually like generating leads and conversions for your business. So taking control of your online presence with integrated tools that streamline your marketing and your business operations, being able to just like manage relationships and manage your audience, know who's coming through the website, you're gathering leads, you're converting people into customers, and being able to take all of like your communication and all of like the kind of like inbound like data that's coming in, and being able to organize it and just like know kind of like how people are interacting with your business online as well. Being able to take bookings and payments and actually like driving growth and revenue for your business as well. All of this is all about kind of having some of these like CRM tools involved for pipelines and communication management and contact management, having all the forms and calendars of your website all kind of feed back to one place where you have, just like these graphics here kind of show, like you have this nice organized system of like seeing like how people are interacting with your business and who's actually reached out to you. And, just again, like having kind of like control over your online presence like that. And then on top of that, being able to leverage marketing tools that are going to drive engagement in your website, having email marketing and SMS marketing integrated right in. Someone fills out a form, they immediately receive a text message or an email, being able to sign up for your newsletters and things like that as well. Having your social media integrated in your Google business profile. And then, all of that being, kind of influenced by paid ads as well. And then again, like having one platform kind of like behind the scenes of your website, your backend and your CRM, that you can manage all of the metrics and analytics and kind of have an understanding of what's going on with your business as well. And some people feel like, oh, I don't need all these tools or anything like that. Like that's too sophisticated for me. But you'd be surprised like how simple a lot of these tools are. And even the smallest business, the individual coach, consultant, someone who's some type of solopreneur or just getting started, when you actually have all these tools and you start using them, like you get your ideas off the ground a lot faster, and you actually start making progress and you start getting your business in front of people, start getting sales and start getting customers. So even the smallest business, like when you have these tools, you're just going to like, be running a much more efficient system. Integrating your website with forms and calendars and payments, your email marketing, maybe have like some chat bots or some AI stuff going on. All of those type of like, tools, they're all there to really help you just drive a more efficient and more, just, quickly growing business. And that's really the name of the game for all of us, especially the times we're living in right now, right? You want to have an online presence that's going to be able to allow you to collect payments, manage your sales pipeline, get more reviews, automate some stuff too. That'd be great, right? Like wear a couple less hats and have AI and some automations actually working for you even while you sleep. Just get rid of some of those like repetitive tasks. All of this is all really just about driving growth and just having, like an online presence that's actually working for your business rather than just like, that static online brochure that's not really doing anything for you. So let's also just talk about sort of like the ongoing kind of like process of it all. We understand like we want a platform that's going to be able to like allow us to easily build a website, easily be able to manage it, have a lot of these tools under the hood that will help us just like manage the business more effectively, manage some marketing that will really kind of like just be more efficient and more effective emails and things like that. But, we do kind of need like, some optimization and like, some sort of like growth strategies here to really help us like have the long-term vision of like, how we're going to continue to grow over time. So let's talk about optimizing for growth, SEO, blogging, and content publishing. I know I always get a lot of questions about this, so I really want to unpack this for everybody. So increasing your website's visibility and engaging your audience with effective SEO strategies and content marketing. Because it's great if we have a really awesome website and we have all these tools in place, but we still need people to actually like find us and be visible out there in the world, right? So, none of this stuff matters if people aren't, just organically finding our business. So driving organic search traffic, showcasing your unique value through your content and explaining to people what you do and what you bring to the table for them. And just like what I kind of call like strategically engaging your specific target audience. So the right people are finding you, they're landing on your website, they're understanding what you do and how you can solve their problems and be able to help them. And then they're going to be much more likely to engage with you as well. All of this kind of like establishes your authority and just makes your website have way more value to the type of people who are looking for your business. So your DIY website platform should allow you to enhance your website's visibility with technical SEO standards. If you're using Wix or WordPress or one of the other website platforms, pretty much all of them nowadays, they have, on any page or post of your website, you can have that great little toolbar right on the side or down towards the bottom that's going to allow you just to set like the page title and the description, all the image attributes, the keyword and focus keywords, and just kind of know like a lot of like those baseline on-page SEO settings are all just set correctly. And a lot of the DIY platforms especially, they'll handle some of the technical stuff like sitemaps, XML sitemaps, robots.txt, and your structured data. If anyone has any questions about that, throw it in the chat or send me a message on Alignable right now, and I'll get it worked into the Q&A at the end. You can definitely also right here on YouTube go over and find a lot of our technical SEO webinars where I unpack a lot of that stuff. But it's really important that like basically the thing I always say is utilize those SEO assistants that kind of follow you around on every page and post of your website, and don't actually hit the publish button until you see you get all the green check marks that you have done the SEO title, description, the keyword, all your image attributes are set correctly, and you can even maybe customize your structured data if you're using a platform like Wix, let's say, have all of that updated, you get all the green check marks, then you can hit the publish button and you know that you're safe and you're meeting current standards for search engine optimization. Also, just, we want to engage our audience with blogging and publishing helpful content through FAQs and, sort of like targeted topic pages on our website. All of that type of like ongoing content strategy. I know it's difficult for a lot of business owners to commit to. They say, oh, like publishing, a bi-weekly or monthly blog post is a lot of work for me. But, I really can't like state how important blogs are and how much impact they can have for you. I have businesses that I work with that they don't even care about doing other like traditional marketing because their blog drives so much new business for them. We just post like these really high targeted blogs posts, and we've been doing it for years now. So their website just has like such an authoritative position with search engines, and they get so much new business just from blogs. Even blogs that they wrote like a year or two ago still bring people in and convert them into customers. It happens all the time. So it's really like, I can't state it enough, just how impactful blogs can be, especially if you're posting like a lot of helpful content, you're answering people's questions, you're showcasing your unique value and kind of how you can help people, how you're an expert in your field, especially. The more you do stuff like that, you target people both locally and by topics that they might be researching. And your website's going to be, just like this powerhouse of like bringing in the right people and converting them. And the, kind of the thing I always talk about is like helping is the new marketing. And like, blogging is a great example of that. We also just want to publish strategic content to attract visitors based on their intent and like what they're looking for. They're doing some research. They're trying to find a business nearby them that can help them with a problem. What is their intent? And like, let's write content to that intention in order to help people. And again, like kind of showcase what our business can do for them and kind of how we stand out from the competition. The more that you are putting out that sort of like strategic content based on location and topics that people might be looking for that are relevant to your business, that's how you're really going to, continue to kind of, just stand out from the crowd and drive more organic search engine traffic to your website as well. So really think about like the intention, like people have like typical questions that they tend to ask before they actually become a customer of yours, and write articles and blogs about all of those questions. It'll help you also kind of like qualify people. Like they'll get some answers from your website, and then they're going to be way more likely to actually just get in touch with you or pick up the phone and call you. So that's the way, like, targeted and like very strategic content can really help you just kind of like engage your audience much more effectively. Also, just publishing landing pages. The thing I always talk about is like, our website is kind of like the front door of the house of our business, but you can have all these little windows too that are just about like a particular topic or a particular location that might matter to your business. Publish landing pages that target certain local areas, neighborhoods, or cities that matter to your business. Talk about just one specific topic. And the landing page is almost just like a little mini website just about that one topic. So when people are like, researching that, they find that landing page, and all of a sudden they get, pulled right into the overall journey of your business. And before you know it, you get conversions from that as well. You kind of like target, topics and locations like this. And that, it really just helps you have like way more relevance and really get out there much more. For more on this, I take a way bigger deep dive on this in our other webinars from recent time. So right here on YouTube, you can go find the strategic engagement optimization, or what I call SEO 2.0. I say it's not really so much search engine optimization anymore. Now it's strategic engagement optimization. You can go find that webinar, and it'll unpack all of that in a way deeper dive. And I also really recommend everyone goes over and watches the SEO in the Age of AI webinar. That was just from like a month ago, and it talks about a lot of the changes that are happening with AI right now on search engines. Go watch that, because it'll really help you understand like how to write content and how to optimize your website. And it'll help you like really figure out what's going on in this whole new world of AI right now. So for my regulars who are in the audience here, I always like to wrap up every presentation with strategies. So let's talk about the full circle model here and strategies for ongoing growth. So achieving continuous growth, so far we've kind of unpacked like what we want in a website platform and like what we need to like be able to build and manage our own website, kind of like the tools that we want under the hood to help us manage our online presence, manage our marketing, even have like some CRM stuff that will help us manage the business. Definitely understanding a lot of like, kind of like our outreach strategy and the kind of content we want to post and things like that to help us get found more in our visibility, right? But none of that really matters if we don't really like look at this as like it's a marathon, it's not a race. So we have to have some strategies in place that we're going to stick to long term. And through these strategies, we're going to be able to create the ongoing success that we're looking for. So, kind of like achieving this continuous growth and just implementing what I call strategic engagement optimization and what we call our full circle digital consumer journey model. This is all about like nurturing your audience and really like maximizing the traffic that you get. Kind of the way that I always kind of explain this to people is like, would you rather be the business that gets 1 million website visitors, but not one person got in touch with you, or 10 website visitors and like, a majority of them actually like filled out your form or picked up the phone, got on your calendar, purchased a product, whatever your goal is on your website? Like, which one would you rather be? Me, I'd rather be the person with just 10 website visitors, but I actually got a bunch of people to get in touch with me and like, engage with my business. So that's really about like, it's strategically engaging the right people. We don't care about just being number one. We want to be number one to like a very specific audience or a very specific person. And that's going to help us just get the most from the website traffic that we do receive. So structuring your website around what we call the digital consumer journey and the full circle model. This graphic right here kind of shows it. We always say it's a full circle. Discovery is like someone just found your website for the first time from social media or a blog post or a landing page like I was just talking about. And, they made a click on that page. They went, oh, like the blog post, kind of answered my question, and they gave me a link to go learn more about like their services. So yeah, I clicked on it. With that one click, they've moved forward in the journey here to the next step here, which is consideration. And they're basically telling us with that one click, like, now I'm willing to learn more about your business and what you bring to the table, and like maybe how you can help me, or like what makes you different about your competition. So now they're in that consideration stage. They're on like one of our service pages, one of our primary like big pillar pages of our website. And right there on that page, we have the opportunity to capture that lead or get them to take the next step here, which is action. So right there, right in front of them, we need to make it really obvious, like fill out this form or jump over to the shop page or get onto our calendar, because that's the main thing, is like, getting that action from our website. So you kind of see like it's discovery, consideration, action is like the kind of 3 steps there. our entire website should be driven towards just getting people to that action step. So that's kind of like traditionally known as like the buyer's journey, is like kind of like a marketing term that we just say like it's, it's 3 steps to get someone to actually engage with our business. But the other 2 steps here are really, really important. That's why we call it the digital consumer journey nowadays, because these extra 2 steps are so important. So we got, in the 3 steps there, someone found us, we told them our story and we engaged them and they took action and they actually signed up with us. Now they're a customer. That's great, right? But our website can continue to basically serve that customer and continue to help us as the business through these next steps. So retention is about just keeping happy customers. And your website should kind of serve as a means for not just driving new business, but also keeping your existing business happy with great support and communication, maybe some FAQs, maybe like a chat bot that can, kind of help the person. Having all these additional kind of tools and support features, really just kind of keeps your audience and your customers engaged with you, but also kind of will keep them happy in the long run. So, you have an online store and you got someone to buy a product, but you can continue to, have a relationship with that customer, and you can answer any questions they might have in the future. And you can even encourage repeat business by kind of keeping a high level of retention and having that ongoing relationship with them. And when you do all of that really well, the last step here, step number 5, is advocacy. You get testimonials and referrals, and you get a recommendation on Alignable or another platform like that. You get 5 stars on your Google Business Profile. And you can kind of see here in this graphic how advocacy just feeds right back to discovery. So it's a full circle. It went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right back to 1 again, because the next person who just discovers your website for the first time, they come into your website and they see all these great testimonials, and they saw 5 stars over on Google Business Profile, or maybe they clicked on your Alignable link and they see you have all these great recommendations. All of that, kind of advocacy just shows that you're an authority and you're a trusted business and people love you. And that's going to make them way more likely to move forward in their own journey and go through consideration and action and actually become a customer of yours as well. So I hope that kind of showcases to everyone how the digital consumer journey and what we call the full circle model, when you structure your entire online presence from your website to your Google Business Profile to your social media to your email marketing, when all of that is kind of serving this whole sort of 5-step process here, getting people to take that action with you, but also keeping them happy and getting reviews, all of that culminates together for what you see here in the middle, which is growth for your business. So that's why we call it the full circle model. It's all about continuous online growth. So I hope everyone can kind of think about that. Go objectively look at your own website and say am I driving people to a specific action? And then how am I keeping my existing customers engaged with me and happy and keeping a high level of retention? Am I showcasing a lot of my advocacy and testimonials? Start thinking about all of that and structure your website around this philosophy. And I promise you're going to get a lot more growth. And the other sides of this is really just all your lead generation, your calendars, forms that people might fill out. We want all of that going back to a CRM, like I was talking about earlier. So we're able to kind of organize our audience and kind of know how people interact with us. We want to automate lead nurturing. Someone fills out a form on the website, they get automatically enrolled into email marketing and automated follow-ups and all the things that are going to keep them engaged with us and keep them more likely to take that action with us. We want to improve customer retention. We want to be able to follow up with customers. We want to have great communication and easy online support, regardless of what your business is. I can think of a million different ways for any business to have good support and communication for whatever type of customer you might have, and ways you can use your website to make that happen. It's all about just keeping happy customers. And if you can really optimize your communication and a lot of your support, you can really just get a lot more out of the customers and the audience that you have. And again, integrate with a CRM system. I can't say it enough. The more that you do this, you're going to drive more conversions. You're going to increase sales. You're not just going to be throwing darts at the wall and hoping something sticks. You're going to be able to make data-driven decisions because you know what's going on with your business and how people interact with it. So I hope everyone can really, kind of unpack all of that. So I just took us on a big journey here of the, website platforms and what we want from them, all the tools that we want under the hood, kind of strategies and what we want for optimization and how to engage people. So let's talk about some popular platforms here. So what I kind of call like the usual suspects, right? So because there's a lot of them nowadays to build a website and to manage your business online. There's Wix and UNI and Squarespace and WordPress, and they all, for the most part, are like kind of driven towards like small and medium businesses. So they, it kind of is just like the nature of it that a lot of them, they kind of just give you like that static online brochure. And a lot of what I talked about earlier, like we want to have the CRM, the marketing tools, and all the business productivity tools built in. A lot of the times what happens is like, someone goes to Squarespace because it's an affordable option. They build the website and then they figure out, oh, I need all these other things to help me like actually like, market my business and run things. So then they have to go get like a CRM platform and integrate it into Squarespace. And now you're like juggling different platforms and all these other things and everything. And it kind of becomes like more expensive, but also like more work too. So let's just kind of unpack this a little bit here. Like, how and why, like we want a website that drives results for our business and gives us everything we need. That's really the whole point here. So UNI, if anyone here is on UNI, I feel bad for you because they really kind of like define like you get what you pay for. This is like, a website that's like $50 to $100. And, you're going to just get like the most basic website humanly imaginable. It's, so many people kind of learn the hard way with a platform like that you just don't really get a great outcome. So if anyone has any, questions about that, feel free to throw them in the chat or message me on Alignable and we could talk about that. You go to like Squarespace, you'll get a nicer website, but you don't really have tools for CRM and marketing. They've rolled out some stuff recently that's not really that great or compelling, but with Squarespace, you can at least have a decent website. You'll still kind of need like some of those tools though to really kind of like maximize your online presence. Then, people go over to Wix, same thing, between UNI, Squarespace, and Wix. These are all websites that we're talking about like $50 to $100 a month. You'll get a better website on Wix. They have some included tools, you can manage contacts and things like that. But, the thing with Wix is like anytime you want like a new feature, I was talking a lot about like scalability. We want to have e-commerce, we want to have bookings, we want to have membership, any type of like little upgrade and functionality like that. They really nickel and dime you and you're going to pay extra for all those little add-ons. So the costs really do add up. I literally just talked to somebody yesterday who is using Wix and they spend $400 a month on Wix. And it blew my mind. So, all the little add ups, they can really get you over time. Then, of course, there's WordPress. WordPress is kind of like the big one. This is where typically you can go to WordPress.com and build it yourself. But for the most part with WordPress, people have a professional build it for them. If you do need like CRM and marketing tools, you're still going to end up having to go to, a platform like Pipedrive or HighLevel or HubSpot or some type of CRM platform, ActiveCampaign, and integrate it into your WordPress website. Because typically WordPress does not come with tools like that. And if you have a professional like an agency or a freelancer build it for you, they're going to charge you a couple $1,000 to build the website. And then they're either going to resell you like HighLevel or HubSpot or something like that for a costly amount every single month, or they're just going to have you go out and just get it yourself and they'll charge you to integrate it and everything. So all of that just kind of adds up. And that's why like WordPress, you can make a great website, but I think a lot of business owners, like they tend to prefer the Squarespaces and Wix because they're easier to manage yourself. WordPress comes with a little bit more of a learning curve. So you end up just paying a professional to kind of do everything for you. They're maintaining it for you. They're updating it for you. They built it for you. You get the CRM and everything. And like, it just becomes a very expensive option, especially for small and medium businesses. So then you have like the HighLevels and the HubSpots. These are like, you get all the great CRM and marketing tools and everything, but with HighLevel, agencies resell it for so much money. They charge you thousands to build the website on WordPress, and then they integrate HighLevel. And I've seen agencies recently reselling HighLevel for like $300, $500, even over $1,000 a month. And with HubSpot, it's kind of the same thing. You get a lot of really amazing tools, but it's super expensive for most small businesses. So, like where is kind of like the balance here where we have like a platform that can kind of give us everything we need, but like isn't going to cost $1 million or anything. So that's where we're going to come here and say, meet Hoot Website Builder. So Hoot Website Builder is an all-in-one platform designed to simplify website creation and empower your business growth. It provides everything we talked about today, all the CRM, all the business productivity, all the marketing tools, so you can establish that strong online presence and at the same time have that effortless website creation where it's really simple with a drag and drop builder. industry specific templates, not just templates that look pretty, but you go down the list and these are templates for life coaches, templates for plumbers, templates for finance, templates for real estate. Like we, break it all down like that. So, every single website is structured for your typical online goal for, what your business type is. We have all the integrated CRM tools for pipelines and contact management and payments and automations. We have all the marketing tools built in for email marketing. If you're using like Constant Contact or MailChimp, you get rid of that. Social media from one platform, you can post out to all your social media platforms. And also manage your Google Business Profile as well, SMS marketing and way more, all built in. And it's all built on the reliable foundation of Hoothost that so many of you know us for. And our plans start at just $25 a month. So the joke that we say is it's not a website, it's a Hoot site. And at the end here, if everyone sticks with me, I'm going to tell you about a special offer where even on our DIY builder, we'll get you set up for free, kind of give you a head start and build the website for you just for our Alignable members. So a few little reminders and recap here. I just want to go back over the strategy and everything we talked about today. Build your dream website and achieve your online success. But remember, you have the power to do it yourself. Build that professional and effective website. It's really just about having the tools and the strategy that we talked about today. And if you can wrap your mind around that, this complete presentation is going to be available on Alignable in our group afterwards. So everyone can download this and refer back to the notes. But effortless website creation, use an appropriate template that's actually built for your online goals. Doesn't just look pretty, it's structured for what your goal is. And ideally you want to have that drag and drop builder that's going to make it just real easy to manage everything yourself. We want to be able to have a website that's going to scale with us and be future proof over time. So when we decide down the road, hey, we want to have bookings, or hey, we want to have e-commerce, maybe even want to build a membership community, we have all the tools already. We don't have to go out and get some third party added in later on. The integrated powerhouse is what we want, not the static online brochure. We only want to work on a web platform that offers all the built-in CRM, marketing, and sales tools that we need. I'm going to talk more about Hoot Builder in 1 second here. Remember to optimize for growth. Technical SEO is so important nowadays. Regardless of what platform you use, make sure you're leveraging those technical SEO settings. Make sure you're blogging and putting out articles and helpful information all the time. And really try to write targeted content so that you're getting found by your target audience, the people who are going to matter most to your business. You're watching us right here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you go over and watch our SEO 2.0 webinar for strategic engagement optimization. Watch our recent webinar about AI SEO. And also you can check out the webinar about the full circle model if anyone has any questions about structuring your online presence to really understand how to maximize the traffic that you do receive and create a more conversion focused online presence. So with all of that said, I think now it is time for some questions. If you're right here on YouTube, you can use the live chat. But if you're watching from Alignable and you're not able to contribute here on YouTube, put your questions in the messages on Alignable. Just send me a message and I'm going to answer your questions right now too. While everyone is sending in their questions, I am going to just talk about Hoothost for 1 second here because we have this awesome offer right now to build you a completely free website. So I already talked about all the great features of Hoot Website Builder, the effortless website creation, being able to build it and manage it yourself, having all the CRM and marketing tools all built in, and our prices start as low as $25 a month. For our Alignable members who attended today's webinar, we're going to give you a head start by basically you sign up for the DIY builder, and instead of having to go through the process of building it yourself, we're going to build the first couple pages of the website for you, basically give you the head start, help you set up all the forms and calendars, everything that you need, build those first couple pages, and then it's real easy for you to build more pages and duplicate and be able to build as many pages as you want. But with this head start, it really just kind of lets you hit the ground running and know that you're going to have an awesome website that's going to help you meet your goals. So if you go to hoot.host/Alignable free website, I will actually put the link right here in the chat so that anybody who wants to click on it, there is the link. Make sure you jump over. And if you need a website, if you need help just kind of getting started, this is like the ultimate get started. And our prices are $25, $50, and $100 a month for the all-in plan. So we are very, very affordable, and we will really help you have all the necessary tools that you need to get started. If you're only interested in just the marketing tools or the CRM tools, we have the Hoot Social Scheduler from the one scheduling tool. You can post automatically out to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and tons of other social media. You just kind of not get stuck up in social media. You can just post and walk away. You can even schedule and just know all your social media outreach is covered. You have Hoot email. So get rid of like, MailChimp or Constant Contact, have a nice affordable email system. It's going to help you manage your audience, but also, kind of be able to, just have like, nice custom emails to represent your business. I know a lot of people watching use the Hoot email system and love it. So it's way more sophisticated and will really help you just have way more effective email marketing. And also Hoot calendars. If you're using like crappy Calendly and you don't really have a means of like managing your audience and you just want to have like a more sophisticated calendar system, get our Hoot calendar system. It's actually the same cost as Calendly and gives you way more functionality to be able to have just a way more sophisticated booking system. And if you want everything all together, all the marketing tools and all of our CRM tools, you can get Hoot CRM. It's normally $100 a month, which is super affordable compared to the High Levels and HubSpots of the world and all the other ones that are out there. But you can get a free trial right here. Just use code SUMMERTRIAL at checkout. You can get a free trial 1 month for any one of those tools. I hope everyone will join our next webinar, Boost Your Business with CRM and Marketing Tools. So everything I talked about, all those tools that we kind of want like behind the scenes working for our business, I'm going to unpack all of that. This is going to be on August 28th at 12 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be available in the Hoot Host community group on Alignable and also right here on YouTube. I hope everyone who's watching us will subscribe to Hoot Host here on YouTube. You can get all of our free resources, all of our past webinars, and we make all types of like, kind of like free resources to kind of help people and answer their questions. While everyone is posting their questions here, I just want to pose another one to you. What topic should we do next? Let us know what you would like to see a presentation on, a website or a marketing issue or something that you're trying to figure out right now, and I will make an entire presentation to help you out. If you found today's presentation from the events tab on Alignable, and you are not currently a member of our community, in Alignable, search for Hoot Host. You will find the Hoot Host community group. We give out all of our free resources. You get all types of special offers and promotions for being a member. We do a weekly Connect event, which is going to be today at 3 o'clock Pacific, where we do like kind of a mini presentation. And, it's always like every week we do different topics on website and marketing, really kind of trying to like coach people to, maximize and get their online goals. And then we do these bigger monthly events like this on YouTube and really try to help people as well. So I hope everyone will join and check us out in the Hoot Host community group. So